Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam, your guy Sam here with you. Happy, what day is it? Tuesday. I think I still have my days right. Okay, it's good. How are you guys doing? Keeping alright? Yeah, I know it's a little later than my usual, but think of it as a dinner session with Sam. Okay? So, how is your dinner going? You cook tonight? Ooh, yes. Share with me your food photos, dinner photos. I might share some of mine. Yes, that's right. I've been cooking a little and taking some photos. Okay. All right. Now on to the news. Now it's not exactly breaking news, but yes. So in case you haven't heard, a couple of people have taken it upon themselves to save humanity from the dangers of 5G. That's right. So yes, 3 towers in the UK have been vandalized and burned down. That's probably more than vandalism. Okay, smoldered. So this was people acting on the belief that 5G causes coronavirus. That's right. That's right. They were saying 5G, those evil waves that they have saved humanity from, are penetrating our bodies and making COVID-19 appear. I think. I don't know. I really couldn't care to find out what their theory is, but that's pretty much what what they believe in. Yeah. I mean, yeah, what else are they saying now? Oh, 5G gives you headaches, it kills your sperm. Oh, it's crazy talk, man. Yeah, that 4G must have really fried their brains. Yeah. No, you know what? You know what I think it is. You know what the real conspiracy theory here is? I think it's that they burned it down on purpose. These are like sane people, semi-sane. They burn it down so that they would force the telco companies to build better towers. Yeah. Because I mean, think about it here. I mean, hell, we barely have 4G. None of this 5G stuff, and so maybe they think, oh, hey, we can prompt people. No, guys, please don't. We need those towers. Okay, we need them. Okay, we need. We barely have like any data as it is. Okay, so don't get any funny ideas. Okay, we will make do with what we have. Yes, contentment. All right. So moving along to our Korean lesson. Yes. So today we have 2 different languages lessons. Yes, more than one. Oh my God! I can't absorb it. My brain is overloaded. Yo. Okay. Yeah. Let's know. Okay. Let's just stick with this one first. Okay, because I figured by now you guys are all like Korean as experts, extraordinaires. So I figured, yeah, we can try something else, try something different, spice things up. Variety is the spice of life, as they say. I like that quote. Okay, now read. You can read this, right? I'm not gonna walk you through it anymore. You got this. It's like a big mouth. The mog. Okay, this is mog. Yeah, you may have seen it earlier. Okay, what's this? Who's this character? Who's this? Who's she? Who's there? Who's there? It's Maleficent. Okay, yeah, maybe you can't tell. It's a bit too pointy there. It's Angelina Jolie, guys. See the lips? Okay, anyway. Mal. Okay, and what is this? Again, B-L-L. La. Like pull in Chinese. Okay? And if you guys follow Nathan Pyle, you might recognize this guy. But anyway, this is just a yo. It's just a yo. Not a UFO. Okay, it's actually a UFO. But yo. It's polite. They're very polite aliens. Okay. Alright, let's put it together. Mok, mal, la, yo. Mok malayo. Mok malayo. Okay, so what does it mean? Yeah. So, we were saying, how do you say you are hungry again? Sounds like an item of food. Bego payo. Okay? Like a bagel. Bego payo. So that means I am hungry. Okay, so this one is very similar, but probably a lot less utilized because I figure you would tell someone I'm hungry, let's go eat, more often than you would say I'm thirsty. So that's what this means. But it's good to know anyway, right? Mok malayo. I'm thirsty. Okay? There you go. Okay. Alright. So, on to our next lesson. So, now we learn a bit of Mandarin. Ah. So, yeah, I think you guys, whoever is listening to me, probably are maybe semi-reasonably fluent in Mandarin. Because usually the ones who are more fluent are less fluent in English, and so I would pretty much be talking gibberish to them. No, come on, Malaysians, you guys are like trilingual at least, so you can do this. Okay, so I figured for the listeners that are seasoned Chinese speakers, I'm sure many of you are, then this is it's not basic Chinese, it's 成语. Right, so a little bit of revision for you. Okay, so yeah, this is not beginners Chinese, but hey, you know, whatever you like. Okay, so what does this mean? So Mandarin is a little bit more difficult because each character is unique and each has its own pronunciation. Okay, so it's not like Korean. You can't work it out just by matching the patterns. I mean, you can with some words. They sound they look similar. Maybe they sound a little similar, but really, it's not a good way to go. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just gonna assume you know some Chinese, and we'll roll with that. Okay. So today's 成语. So okay, a bit about 成语. So 成语is an interesting phenomenon in Chinese. They are sayings that all have the same pattern. They all only have 4 characters in them. Okay, it's quite prolific. It's poetic almost. It's a form of poetry, right? With knowledge embedded. They're like little knowledge bombs. Okay, so obviously not all Chinese idioms only have 4 characters. There are longer ones, very very long ones, and there's poetry. There's literal poetry, but these are like little knowledge bites. Okay, little precepts. Okay, idioms they're called. Okay, so in Chinese they're called 成语. As you can see down there, you can look them up. So there's a whole collection of them, lots and lots, thousands of them. Okay, and they all convey very precise and meanings, and some of them have cool stories behind them. Yeah, it's just part and parcel of the Chinese culture. I wonder if they have that in other languages. Yeah, but they're basically sayings, quaint sayings. Okay, so on to today's one. Enough preamble. So if you can read, good for you. You already know what this means, maybe, or maybe it's been a while since you've seen this 成语. Okay, hopefully it prompts something in you. But if you don't know how to read, let's go. Okay, this is 同 means together, all together. 同 like you would say 同学们 同. Okay, and the next one is it means 粥 like porridge. 粥, but this 粥 is different. So this 粥 is a boat, means boat, right? Okay, what is that? Okay, next one is 共, which also means it's like total, together, like a gong, 共. Okay, and this last one is 济, like 经济, like economy. Okay, but also means aid. Okay, so this one, 同舟共济, means literally translates to we are all in the same boat together. Okay, and yeah, so we are in the same situation like we are now in this little MCO. And yeah, so we stick together. It's like a solidarity, togetherness, unity. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay. So yeah, while staring at this Titanic-esque looking picture, here's a fun fact for you, for those Titanic fans out there. Did you know that the Titanic stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, Jack and Rose, and James Cameron, the director, funded Titanic's last known survivor, a Madam Milvina Dean. Yeah, they funded her nursing home fees. So they donated, I think, at over 30,000 USD yeah, to it's because she's really old. Okay, at the time that the Titanic sank was 1912, and at that time I think she was only a few weeks old, only 7 weeks old. Okay, so you can work out how old she is. But so she's a nice old age. But yes, she's the last living survivor. Okay, I don't know if she's still around now, but that's okay. There you go. See, good deeds all around. Okay. Okay. So now for those of you that don't know Mandarin as well, here are the 4 intonations of Mandarin. All right, this is a bit of a crash course. Okay, so what these are, this is like the phonetic alphabet for Mandarin, called pinyin. Means you match the sounds with the words. Okay, so there are 4 main intonations in Mandarin. Okay, and you just follow the arrow. Okay, so it goes like this: ma, 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 ma. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. So yeah, there was an amusing video out there about this Caucasian guy telling people how to speak fake Chinese. Yeah, and he was basically playing around with these inflections. So basically, if you make your words go up and down like this, like yeah, especially this third one, you go 你说什么? Yeah, you say, and then you can speak gibberish, but you can make it sound like you're speaking Chinese. So you speak single syllables, and you just do this. You got the in the down and the up. The 你说为什么? Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's I mean, obviously he was poking fun at it. All in good nature, I like to think. Okay. So yes, for those of you in future, if you see these are the marks, or sometimes we indicate it with a number. So MA with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you know which way it goes, because really, if you just write MA like this one, it could be any of these. Okay, and as you can see, each of these words means something entirely different. Okay, and there are many words that that have this exact same pronunciation. Okay, so yeah, it can be a little confusing sometimes because there's just so many characters. Yeah. Okay. Hey, fun fact of the day: did you know that the descendants of the Ming Dynasty, the Ming Chao, okay, whose last emperor lost power in 1644. Okay, are you guys familiar with the Ming Chao? Maybe not. Okay, the guy that started the Ming Chao. So usually the emperors that start the dynasties, the eras, are usually the good ones, right? The really outstanding ones. So that's like a start of the era, like from BC to AD, Yeah, bam. Okay, so the Ming Chao, the Ming Dynasty, was started by Zhu Yuanzhang. Yeah. Yep. So these are his descendants. Yeah. So these are modern day descendants from the Ming Dynasty. Okay. So even though the last emperor lost power back in 1644, that's like over 400 years ago. A little less. But his descendants are still alive today and doing quite well. They still hold quite a lot of wealth and power. As you can see, these guys, these are obviously just some of them. All right. Politician, New Mao Zedong. Yeah, so they've got good high positions in ruling parties, corporations, schools. So yeah, I'd say Zhu Yuanzhang's lineage is doing quite well. Yeah, you can see there you go. Zhu Yuanzhang. So they all obviously have this surname. Zhu, Xing Zhu. See, you can go down the line. Okay. Yep. Fun fact for the day. Okay, on to our main topic of the day. It is teeth. Ow, pain. Okay, so I was sitting there thinking, as I do sometimes, that are our teeth like our muscles, or like the rest of our body? The old adage, they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So I've been wondering about our teeth and food in general, because in this modern day and age, we actually don't need to chew that much, right? If you think about it, a lot of the food that we prepare is either pulverized, tenderized, it's ground down, it's pureed, it's made into drinkable space food format, right? So even your solid foods, you just blend it, right? So you don't have to spend as much energy. So firstly, you don't have to chew it, and secondly, when it gets into your digestive tract, your body absorbs it a lot more readily, which is on the surface sounds like a good thing, right? Right? But I think in some ways we are in a way neglecting our bodies, right? Like take this for instance. Like this lady, she's eating an ice cream. Okay, so this is like a simplified form of sugar, right? Like just maybe like 50 years ago, you probably have to actually eat like a piece of fruit, and a piece of fruit is a lot more complex, right? It's not pure sugar and coloring, okay, and water, okay. It is many 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 things, minerals and vitamins and fiber and all that stuff, right? Which your body will separate, and it will throw the stuff that it doesn't want, right? And it will keep the stuff that's good. Whereas this one, your body's just like, oh yeah, hey, this is all pretty good. Water, sugar, I need it, and it gets it fast, right? Because it's a lot easier, which is good, right? But I mean, you don't have to, firstly, you don't have to chew this thing, right? Like if I eat a piece of fruit, I gotta munch, I gotta bite it, I gotta grind it down, right? And then my body has to spend time reducing it. So that ties in with something called the glycemic index. So I think you may have heard of the term glycemic index. Okay, what is the glycemic index? It is just a rating of how quickly, how readily your body can break down a carbohydrate into a simpler form. So basically, what that I guess in simple terms, having a lower glycemic index means it takes longer for your body to break down these complex sugars. So in essence, the higher the index, the simpler of a sugar it is. Okay, so this stick of ice cream has a very high glycemic index, meaning your body doesn't need to spend a lot of energy to break it down, and it can absorb the sugar readily, right? Whereas if you talk about rice, so you hear a lot with carbs like pasta, rice. Different rice have different glycemic index. Okay, that just means how, like, obviously if you eat the more fibrous, the brown rice, those funky colored stuff, the not so nice to eat rice, a bit husky, a bit chewy. Yeah, so those rices have lower glycemic index because your body has to break it down more. Okay, I'm probably dumbing that down a little too much, but anyway, it will be relevant, and we will get to that. Okay, so yes, so with the chewing, is chewing gum a good idea? Is to keep your mouth chewing? You guys remember that movie Predator? Yeah, the one with Arnie in it, with that invisible alien that was killing all of them. Yeah, you remember that really beefy dude? Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember him, but like he's the guy that was like constantly chewing on, like, I don't know what, a piece of jerky or something, and he would spit a lot. Yeah, like he didn't talk much, and he was that guy with the that mowed down the forest with his minigun, I think. Yeah, I should really get a picture of him. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but he had like the sides of his mouth were like gigantic, right? And that's because like those are his masticators, right? Those are his like the muscles that he uses to chew. So clearly he does a lot of chewing. It's like I don't know if they chose him specifically for that, or I don't know if he added that to the character or it's part of it. Um, but yeah, I'm sure it's not easy to train up those chewing muscles on the fly. Yes. Anyway, so back to the chewing thing. Should we exercise our mouth muscles more? Do we need to? Do we need to? Work those teeth, keep them active. Like have you tried this? Have you when you're chewing something? Have you tried chewing, like putting the thing in the other side of your mouth? I don't know. I find I have like a preferred side to chew on my mouth. So like I think I go to the left side of my mouth, my left. Okay, so I feel a bit uncool. I feel a bit weird when I push the food intentionally to my right to kind of chew it. Maybe you guys should try that. It's like using like your non-dominant hand. You feel good. You feel out of it. I don't know if you guys do that. Yeah, but I feel like I'm neglecting some of my teeth. Maybe I should be using those front incisors a bit more, so separate the meat. And anyway, yeah, chewing gum. Okay, so chewing gum, is it a good idea? I don't know. Do people still eat chewing gum these days? I hardly see anyone eat chewing gum. But I've still got a bottle in my car. Maybe I should get to that. Okay, so chewing gum, yes. Yay or nay? Okay, so dentists say depends on the chewing gum. Yes, okay, very good. Okay, so what types of chewing gum are good, what are bad? Okay, bad chewing gum is heavy sugar chewing gum. So like, juicy fruit and some of that. Yeah, so heavy sugar ones are obviously bad for you because, you're getting sugar on your teeth. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, it's sugar on the teeth. Exposure to sugar that feeds the bacteria and whatever crap in your mouth and makes them thrive, and then it causes decay and cavity, right? Because the bacteria are like, ooh, you're feeding us. Yes, let's eat these lovely sugars. Okay, so sugar laden chewing gum, bad. Okay, no good, no good. Okay, so what you want is sugar-free chewing gum. Okay, so obviously if you don't put any flavoring in the chewing gum, it's gonna taste pretty crap, right? Because you're basically just chewing like rubber. Okay, so there is a lot of chewing gum these days that have like artificial sweetener. Okay, so those are fine. Sugar-free chewing gum, go nuts. They're good. So they exercise your mouth, and they also they help. The process of chewing helps to clean it, right? So there is one sweetener called xylitol. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. This one, xylitol. Okay. So what is xylitol? Maybe you've heard of it. Okay. So xylitol is a sugar substitute. It is a sweetener. Okay. It is naturally occurring in plants. Okay. So it's extracted normally from birchwood. Okay, and it's good. It's it's a good sweetener. I don't think so. It's good because it has a low glycemic index. Okay, so it's not as simple as a lot of the typical sugars. It's a more complex sugar, and has been found to prevent bacterial growth. So this is what xylitol looks like. It just looks like sugar. It's a crystal. It's a crystalline. Okay, purified xylitol. Okay, so here you go. Here's some health benefits supposedly. So yeah, there you go. See, it helps to prevent cavities because xylitol has been shown to inhibit the growth of certain bacteria in your mouth. Okay, I don't know about this other stuff, but yeah, and yeah, like I mentioned, it's got a low glycemic index, which means it takes longer for your body to digest, which is a good thing, right? So that means it keeps you full for a little bit longer, and yeah, it's means it keeps your appetite low and other things. Okay. Right. So yeah, back to the chewing gum. Yes, definitely. Yeah, you can start that chewing gum if you feel you're not chewing enough. Makes me think. Yes, and like I mentioned, just the act of chewing has a cleaning effect because obviously you will salivate more, and it will naturally work out all the crap that is stuck in between your teeth. So it's a similar effect to flossing, I guess. But yeah, as the dentist would say, don't stop flossing every day. Yeah, you guys flossing every day now? You got lots of time. Maybe not that much time. Still busy working from home, taking care of the family, cooking every day. All right, and I will leave you with that, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, have a good night. Sam out.